Hello everybody, it's Blair or the Illuminati. Welcome back to the channel. It has been a long while since I have decided to do kind of a more reactionary type video, since I've been really focused on doing more of these scripted type videos that I hope you guys have all been enjoying. But today I decided that we need to readdress kind of something or take a look at something again, because for some unknown reason something popped up on my Twitter feed about PETA, and you guys know from my one PETA video I did a couple weeks ago that I'm not exactly the biggest fan of PETA, as most people are not. So I decided to go ahead and do the old 1-2 and take a look at their Twitter, because as I started to scroll through their Twitter, I found so much shit, and I was just like, while some of it is going back to some of the things that I referenced with their scare tactics and all of that, some of this is just some outright ridiculous stuff. So about an hour ago, I think, I made a tweet because of something that surfaced on PETA, and I know that Twitter is so keen on blocking literally everybody and everything as soon as they can. So I realize I'm racing against the clock here, which I want to be honest, I'm surprised they didn't block me already after that video that I made, but why not try it again? Because lol, PETA blocked me. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and take a look at PETA's Twitter and just see some of the stuff that I saw, because obviously, as you guys saw from my tweet, I'm not really a big fan of you smashing up somebody's car and then spray painting it because you want to protest something because of the brand that car is. So yeah, before we get into the video, guys, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and let's get into it. Alrighty guys, so here we are on the homepage of PETA's Twitter, which, yay, we're gonna be blocked off here real soon. So it says, breaking animal news, vegan recipes, rescues, and more from the largest animal rights organization in the world. They also, which they should just add right in that little black space right there, also the largest kill shelter in the US, but I just don't think they're gonna do that one. But just as a casual reminder, PETA has like a 70 to 80% kill rate on all animals that enter their shelters, so casual reminder, if you put 10 animals in there, 8 will die. So we'll go ahead and take a look at this. Now, when I went and looked at their Twitter, just based off this, I haven't seen a single vegan recipe, so I think they should remove that from their bio as well, but whatever. So this was a video which, see, there's stuff like this I don't fully understand the context of, but they're saying like animal experimenter saws off monkey skulls and suction out bits of their brains. I believe this is them using like that shock factor, that scare tactic that they like to use, which is generally not effective. Throughout this video, they do post a lot of gore, a lot of really disturbing images that I'm blurring out because I didn't want to see it, and I'm pretty sure you guys don't want to see it. There's nothing cool about that, but there's other ways to get your message out. I think a shock factor way of just like displaying this information does not work, but that's just my personal opinion. They obviously think I'm wrong because they are continuing to do it. So on March 8th, which was apparently International Women's Day, they said, how do we defeat gender and sex-based inequality while also paying industries to abuse, assault, and exploit female animals for human consumption? You know what, like, I get it. It's kind of like that annoying person that they just have to insert everything about themselves, you know, into something. It doesn't matter what. You're like, oh my god, the sky is blue. Oh my god, blue's my favorite color. Did you also know like you should buy my shitty like MLM product? Like, it's that kind of stuff. Like, that's kind of what PETA seems to do. So it's like, oh, it's International Women's Day. Let's celebrate all the amazing things women have done, blah, 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 this, that, and the other thing. And they go, well, but what about the women cows? And I go, the what? You can't let people have like their own thing, it seems like. You have to always twist it, and that's just really not how you get a message out. Now, for someone who has 1.1 million followers on their Twitter, look at this thing. I mean, you guys can see, like, as we're watching, you can see the small retweets and stuff going in the likes, but 32 likes from an account that has 1.1 million followers, like, that's just not real. I get more likes than this on a tweet, and I've got like 10,000 followers. So it's like, something just isn't right. I don't know why something doesn't add up with me and PETA, but like, whatever. There's a lot of things that don't add up, to be fair, but this is one of them. So here's something kind of sad. 18 hours ago, it looks like Marnie the dog, which was a super famous dog. You've seen this dog running around, this little cutie pie. Apparently, which I'm just finding out now, Marnie has passed away, which is really sad. I mean, 2001 to 2020, that is an old pupper. That pupper had a good life though. So that's, PETA responds and says, rest in peace, Marnie. That sweet smile and those adoring eyes inspired countless people around the world to consider adopting senior pups. Wishing you the very best as you remember her long and beautiful life. Which once again is funny because PETA, you know, 70 to 80% kill rate of shelter animals. But yeah, the top response here is hilarious. If these people had given you the dog, you would have killed it without thinking twice. So now this start of this tweet here is about like what got me to like make my retweet. When I started looking through PETA and stuff, was I saw this about the Iditarod, which apparently PETA is saying is inhumane. My understanding is a lot of working dogs used to do this as part of their job. Like, this wasn't like an event. Like, this is what people did living way up north. As you guys know, I'm getting a dog soon after like a very long year of research and working and talking to breeders and trying to figure out, you know, to make sure that I'm picking a dog that has a life lifestyle with me, as long as like I had a bunch of allergies as well. There's a whole bunch of things that were playing into place where it's like I had to go visit a bunch of dogs and go look at this and that and the other thing and see like, you know, do I die? Do my roommates die? Like, do we have an allergic reaction? And then finding like the right type of person to work with as well, since like the dog breed that we ended up selecting was a Samoyed, which he's finally coming home in like just under a month now. It's been like a long year of waiting and I'm so excited. As a side note, go follow his channel. He has a second channel. He has his own channel, but it's mainly like for me. So I don't know really how like the video editing or whatever is going to be, because it's really for me to just kind of be able to look at and like watch him grow up through videos. I don't know. But that breed, a Samoyed, is a working Arctic dog, and that's what they used to do. And they developed a really like intense bond between their owners, their human owners, and like the pack. And they would help carry things and they enjoy working. And that's something that my breeder told me about, is like your dog wants and needs tasks, like to be busy and happy in life. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, I would never like think of that, you know? Yeah, so like when I see something like this, I'm like, maybe there is something that I miss or whatever, but or have missed about it. But my understanding is this was a thing before it was like a competition or a race or whatever. But they kind of dig this. Like, they're saying, you know, through blinding snowstorms and sub-zero temperatures. Like, I literally got told if my dog is in over 75-degree weather that it's considered too hot for them. So I'm like prepared to have like a very expensive AC bill. I have cooling like gel beds and stuff all around the house, like waiting for him. I have like the elevated cots for outside for when he does go out and wants to like chill in the shade and stuff like that. Like, and that dog in the wintertime is gonna have a blast. Like, every time there's snow, I know he's gotta go outside. So it's like, that's not really fair. Like, humans and dogs are not the same. We don't have, you know, double layer fur. Like, I'm just saying, like, it's not the same, sis. So this again is another Iditarod thing. And I guess one of the mushers is Jesse Holmes. I don't 100% again know. I feel like the Iditarod is not that bad, unless like I'm misunderstood. I might be. Let's take a look. So we are on Iditarod's homepage, which I didn't know they had like a whole homepage and whatever, but it says here that even after the advent of the airplane, dog teams continued to be widely used for local transportation and day-to-day work, particularly in native villages. Mushers and their teams played important but little remembered roles in World War II in Alaska, particularly in helping the famous Eskimo Scouts patrol the vast winter wilderness of western Alaska. After the war, short and medium distance freight teams were still common in many areas of Alaska, even when President Kennedy announced the United States would put a man on the moon. During the 1960s, however, it was not space travel, but the advent of the Iron Dog, or snow machine or snowmobile, that resulted in the mass abandonment of dog teams across the state and much loss of the mushing lore. So then it looks like in like the 1960s, after snowmobiles and stuff started to kind of take over, that this was kind of more of a historical, like significant event to go along the Iditarod Trail, and that's where this whole thing started from, according to their history. So there's a lot of like historical and nostalgia background about this that I had no idea until just now, which I'm certain some of you guys are on the same same page about. That you're like, what? I didn't know this. So it just kind of looks like it's a call back to the past, essentially, and I don't think there's anything really wrong with that. So this again, PETA is going off, and this is just 20 hours ago. I just realized this. They tweet a lot. Holy shit. It says no dog would voluntarily run about 100 miles a day for 2 weeks through wind, snowstorms, and sub-zero temperatures. The Iditarod must end. There are a fair amount of dogs that they are Arctic dogs, and that's kind of like where they live. There are animals in the Arctic that's literally what they do. This is just kind of like an organized team of them kind of doing it, and it's something that was done for many years. Like, it's like, just wait until PETA finds out that horses used to be used before cars existed. It's like, how about you just like shush? Maybe? Now, it does say here that thousands of dogs are bred each year for sled races like the Iditarod. Dogs are chained up outside at these breeding compounds, and some have frozen to death or died of complications from eating rocks, presumably the result of intense frustration of spending years on a chain. So I'm clicking on this because I'm hoping that they will... Oh, this is just part of a long tweet. Okay, I'm looking for the facts. That's kind of what I'm looking for. is if this is real, you know, I obviously want to know, but I just want to see then this is a PETA link, so that's not a verifiable link because that's coming from them, written by them. So I would love to see their facts on this. I could tweet this at them, but I'm pretty sure they won't respond. I'm gonna do it anyway though. So we'll see if they respond to that, although I highly doubt they will. But we'll see. You know, if their sources link back to themselves, like what it looks like this is maybe, then I don't really trust it. So again, this is apparently saying Sam's Club supports animal abuse because they sell tickets to SeaWorld. I think SeaWorld's a piece of shit. That's a personal on me. I hate SeaWorld. This is at least not grotesque in imagery or anything. Like I'm okay with this, I think. This is do vegans shower? Depends on who you ask. Why is this a thing? Apparently not many people really cared to find out either. 4,000 views and oh my god, who stop killing vegetables. I'm sorry, that's funny. It's kind of fucked up, but it's funny. This is weird. I don't know what this is. It says they're passing his blood around like a party favor. I am censoring this so that you guys don't have to see this. But what they are saying here are that US Marines are beheading snakes, guzzling their blood, and calling it survival training. I don't know what this means. I don't know if this is real. I don't know if this is photoshopped. I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know the validity of this. I'm obviously blocking out the imagery so you guys can't really see it. Again, I feel like at this point with PETA, it's like if they were trusted and they just weren't slimy about their tactics early on, I would be more willing to trust the things they post, but I would really like to see their sources from things that don't come from their direct website, like this link right here. My big issue with PETA is the lack of sourcing on a lot of their stuff. They show you a picture, which pictures can be staged, manipulated, photoshopped, whatever. They show sources, but all their sources, you know, air quotes here, lead directly back to their pages. So it's like, oh, okay, cool. So you're sourcing something that you wrote. Well, okay, I could make a website too called, you know, iilluminaughtii or something, you know, and in there I go, PETA found Bigfoot and they're keeping him captive. And then I put it on the internet and I source that page. And now I have sourced something technically to verify my tweet, but the source still comes from me. So it's like this little loop of non-sourcing while pretending to source at the same time. So that's kind of an issue I have with PETA. So this one is PETA talking about dogs that are inside Texas A&M University, saying that these dogs are stretched. I'm not 100% sure what they're saying. Help us free the remaining dogs. And then the link again at the very bottom, PETA. I just want sources. I want you to show me a news article. I want you to do something other than sourcing back to yourself. So here we are. We've been through I don't know how many tweets. We still do not have a single tweet about vegan recipes. I, for one, am quite frankly devastated. I came here for vegan recipes and I now have to look at vegan leather and dogs. I mean, when the dogs are alive, like, that's cool. So it says a recent study estimates that the vegan leather industry will be worth $89.6 billion by 2025. This is a pretty chill article. There's nothing crazy here. But again, the article, the link is PETA. I want to go see if they actually source anything inside of their links. So this article was made in 2015 and then was updated in February 28th. Okay. So I want to go down to the bottom. They're talking about different types of fruits and stuff that can be made into leathers. That's very cool. All right, so here we are at the bottom. And there's no sources at all. Is there sources at the top? Okay, there's literally no sources anywhere, and that's kind of a problem. They talk about brands that use vegan leather, and then they literally just talk about the different types of leather. So where's the part where they say that it's gonna take over? Like, where's that number? What was that number again from PETA? What was that? 89.6 billion. Let's go ahead and do a search on that. So Control F, which is cropped out of the screen. But we're just gonna go, we're just typing the word billion, and that is a 0 out of 0. So that's weird. I would really like to know where they got their source for that, because that's something I'm genuinely curious about. But the article, which links back to them, doesn't tell me anything. It's just a list of different types of fruits that they become leather, but no sources. No fucking sources. That's kind of an issue to me. I would love to know the source, but they won't provide it, which once again doesn't make things look good for them. All right, so this here, did you know chicks die so you can eat eggs? And it says male chicks are often only 1 day old when workers throw them out into a machine that shreds them alive, all because they can't lay eggs. Once again, the link is PETA. Maybe I'm the only one, who has a problem with this, but I know when I do more of my investigative videos and stuff like that, those longer form content, I know that I always will cite my sources, and I always have a gigantic pastebin list of every single source used in my videos, so that you guys, if you are so inclined to, can know exactly where I got that information from or what led me to believe or make the conclusions that I did inside each video. And I look at this and I'm like, what are you doing? You're spewing a bunch of shit online. You have no sources to back it up, because it looks like you're literally making up your own sources from your own website. I just don't get it what PETA is doing. And so with that being said, that's where we're going to end today's video. I can't believe we barely made it into like any of their tweets, like beyond like a couple days. Like they tweet so much, get so little interaction for being such a huge Twitter page, and they don't cite their sources for anything at all, it seems, because their sources link back to them. So that's a little disappointing to find out too, but honestly, after doing this little deep dive I did on them, there is so much about PETA that I could like still talk about for ages. This company is just backwards. Don't forget, if you guys want to volunteer, totally check out no kill shelters in your area and volunteer there instead. It's a really great experience, and it definitely helps animals. Sometimes donating your time is a lot better than donating your money if that's something you can do. So that's where I'm going to end today's video, guys. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit a like. If you guys are new to the channel, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one very soon. Love you guys. Bye.